Despite being a well-decorated and very popular Jedi Knight during the Clone Wars, virtually nobody knew what had become of Anakin Skywalker following the end of the Jedi Order and the ascension of the Galactic Empire. Only a handful of beings around the galaxy, in fact, were aware that the menacing Sith Lord known as Darth Vader was once known by the name of Anakin Skywalker. But how could this be? The answer lies in Palpatine's narrative about the Jedi Order as a whole, as well as the personal desires and beliefs of Darth Vader himself. As the dust of Order 66 settled and the Empire's rule was made known, Imperial broadcasts would report that all of the Jedi within the temple on Coruscant, including Anakin Skywalker, had died. This was an important message for the Emperor to drive home as he strived to eliminate the hope that a Jedi's presence could bring for the galaxy. The people needed to believe that the Jedi were dead. And so on that same train of thought, the knowledge that Anakin Skywalker was now leading the Empire would have been a bad look for Palpatine and for the rest of the Empire, because the Jedi were painted by the Empire as enemies of the Republic, of democracy, and of peace around the galaxy. So having a former Jedi at the helm could only be to the Empire's detriment. There was no benefit to sharing this knowledge. And when looking at the actual events of Order 66 and evaluating why nobody knew that Vader was Anakin, the answer is simple. The Jedi who encountered him at the temple were killed. That much was true. So there was nobody to spread the message that Anakin had turned to the dark side. He killed them, and he continued to kill anyone who discovered the truth as time went on. There were Jedi who encountered him in the earlier years of the Imperial regime who suspected or even flat out knew who he was, but pretty much all of them would die after making said discovery. And Obi-Wan, who is the one Jedi who may have had the potential to know the truth and continue to live on with that knowledge, actually believed Vader to be dead. After completely dismembering Anakin on Mustafar and watching his mutilated body be lit to flames, Obi-Wan had no reason to believe that Vader survived. And his isolation on Tatooine made it very unlikely that he would ever catch wind of Vader's name. Now, in Legends, that is actually how he found out that Darth Vader was alive. He overheard a broadcast when he was in a cantina, and he heard the name Vader, and then that's how he found out that Vader had lived. Of course, now we know that's not what happened in canon. We know that Reva told him in the Obi-Wan Kenobi series. But Obi-Wan's survival still infuriated Darth Vader for another reason, regardless of whether his old master knew he was alive or not. And this is also the reason that the mention of his old self was so aggravating for Vader. Darth Vader viewed his current self and his past self as separate individuals. In his mind, Anakin Skywalker died when he became Darth Vader. This was the narrative he had to believe about himself. He convinced himself that Anakin was dead because any memories of his past brought tremendous emotional pain. And this is why he would kill anyone who either knew who he used to be or anyone who reminded him of his past. Obi-Wan was a living memory of what he used to be, and that infuriated him. And that's not to mention his thirst for revenge over Kenobi because of the physical pain that the Jedi Master left him in Episode 3. The pain that his clunky robotic suit continually reminded him of every time he put it on. So that's why almost the entire galaxy didn't know that Darth Vader was Anakin Skywalker. 1, neither Vader nor Palpatine wanted anybody to know. And 2, there was a perfect story which explained how Anakin had died already out there. The narrative that the Jedi were dead and Anakin had died in the temple would leave no one to suspect that Vader was anyone but Vader. Some people actually suspected that he was a reinvigorated General Grievous. Only those who knew him in his past life and were given some reason to suspect that there was more to the story would have even thought to question Vader's true identity. But that is something that we will discuss in another video where we'll get into the individuals who did know the truth about Darth Vader's past. So if that is a video that you guys are interested in seeing, drop a comment down below and let me know. Remember to leave a like on this video to support the channel before you go. Subscribe to the channel if you are new, and of course, may the Force be with you always.